my channel. So today I thought I'd be productive for once. I know, shocker that I'm not watching Netflix. So I decided about an hour ago that I would look through my mom's clothes and find a bunch of like really cute 80s and 90s vintage themed stuff. And I actually found, surprisingly, a lot more items than I thought I would. So I thought today that I would flip them and show you guys how I do it so that, you know, maybe you can too. The first thing that I'm doing is I'm cropping everything that needs to be cropped. Really helpful tips when you crop is to make sure you have a ruler, which is one of the most basic things. And you make sure that you're cutting off the same length on each side. So for this one, I'm cutting about 4 inches off of each side. Not too short because this is really long, and I just want to make sure that I cut the same amount off because you can always cut it shorter if you need to, but I just don't want to waste the fabric and make it too short and unusable. So another tip is that you get on like a hard surface so that you can have like the ends match up here so that you cut it straight and you know for sure how much you're cutting, just because I don't like to be wasteful and really just ruining good pieces. I got into thrifting around the same time that everyone else has, of course, whenever the trend was started by like Emma Chamberlain and, you know, Hannah Maloche and all those different people. And, you know, I have always had like a very basic white girl style because I didn't really know how to differentiate myself. I didn't know what kind of aesthetic I wanted, and so what really helped me was, as very bad as it sounds, I went on Pinterest and I just looked at clothes I really liked. I looked on Instagram, found inspiration from other people, especially Best Dressed. She is like one of my biggest fashion inspirations on YouTube, and I just found what I wanted to wear and I went with it. Instead of copying what other people had worn all these other years, I finally decided to find a unique style that I really liked, which happens to just be like vintage. And as badly as it sounds, I like to call my aesthetic vintage art hoe meets plant mom. And so what I found that you can do with extra material is that you can create it into scrunchies, you can create it into bandanas, you can create it into headbands, you can create it into really just anything that you would want to do with it. So moving on, I'm gonna put this extra material here and move on to the next item. To the next item that I will be thrifting, flipping. And so this is this tank top, which I thought was really cute, and I'm cropping it so that I can wear it in the summer and it not just be this big oversized blouse, which, let's be honest, it is, and it honestly was not the cutest whenever I tried it on, but I saw a lot of potential for it. And so it's a bit Brandy inspired, which is strange because I don't usually like Brandy that much. I liked old Brandy style much more, and now I feel like they're just getting really, how do I say this in a nice way? Just their style just isn't as good as it used to be. I feel with the expansion of it, it's just getting not what I really like. And so now I'm moving on to my skirts. And so with the skirts, I'd say it's really hard because you could take too much off. And so for this skirt, I'm not really gonna try to crop it because I really do like the length, and I don't really want this to be a mini skirt that much as I just want it to have a cute slit. But I might change my mind after I do the try on after I do this. So the slit I'm going to make about, I'm gonna say I'd make the slit about 4 inches just because it's a longer skirt and you kind of do want it to go to your upper thigh, because that's the way I like it. At least you can, whenever you're doing that to yourself, you can make it whatever length that fits you. And so I'm just putting 2 slits on each side of the skirt. And so what I'd say, and what I did before this, is that I tried on both of the skirts before to see where the slit would end up being, just so that it would be usable whenever you wear it and not just, you know, not as cute as you would make it. So just finish the slit there, and I am now moving on to the next item, which is a pair of pants, oops, that I just found to be really cute. But the thing is, it cinches your waist very well. But the thing is, and the big problem with a lot of pants for me is that they're way too long because I'm around 4'11", and these pants are not made for 4'11" people. So what I usually do is I usually scrunch up the material at the end, but this time I'm just gonna cut it, and then at the same time I'm also going to probably have to cuff it whenever I wear it just so that it fits better. And I do like, with these 80s, 90s stuff, I do like more of how it flares out like this. And so I really admire that about vintage clothes. And again, I'm going to mark down where I'm going to cut it so that it's even on both sides. So I'm going to measure it again. And so it's very hard for me to find pants, honestly, because none of them, if they fit around my waist, because I also have a very small waist, I'm about a 0 or a 00, which really sucks because I can never find pants that fit really well but are also the same length. But what I've found is that Hollister jeans work really well with my body type just because they're the only jeans that still fit me at the waist without having to wear a belt, which is what I do have to end up doing a lot. Even with these pants, I think they're around the size 0, size 2 maybe, and they just slip off, so I have to wear a belt with them, which is fine because belts are in fashion. But before, when they weren't in fashion, I got made fun of a lot for wearing belts. Just, I don't even know why, but like no one really liked belts before because they were just seen as this like big chunky thing on your pants, which no one really liked. So that was a fun time. And I just really appreciate belts because without them, I would probably be pantsless half the time, which is a very, very disturbing thought. And so I'd say these are a lot more my length now. And missing your strawberry kiss, 'cause nothing. Also, another pair of pants, which again I need to wear a belt with, and I'm gonna have to crop at least 4 inches off the bottom just because they're both very, 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 very long. And so I had these cuffed before from when I tried them on before, and I'm going to cut them about 5 inches, which I know seems like a lot, but honestly, whenever you look at it, it's really not that much. And so I'm gonna match that. Oh, I will get that later. I will match this up. That was really awkward, and that low-key scared me. But that's fine. You know, unexpected things happen all the time. And so I'm gonna cut these both to match. Oh, I measured this one a bit off, so I'm gonna fix that really quick. I am messing up the watch. And this is why you use a ruler. I broke one of my own rules. Oh my god, that's embarrassing. Okay, but it's fine. I'm just gonna cut this. And missing your strawberry kiss, 'cause nothing as sweet as taste. That fashion is very, very important to me, and I think that this is good to be able to have a distraction like this, to be able to do a thrift flip, even though it is from my mom's closet. I suggest that like everyone look through their mom's closet at some point in time, because I hate my mom's style right now. I think it is absolutely atrocious and awful, and I tell her that. And she, don't worry though, she tells me all the time my style is atrocious. Just and missing your strawberry kiss, 'cause nothing as sweet as taste. I would suggest though, if you like really do like vintage stuff, honestly, even if you think your mom's like the most unfashionable person in the world like I do, just look in her closet, because I have found such great beauties. Some of my favorite pieces from my closet, like this mini skirt that I absolutely love, I took from my mom. Okay, so I finished. In a last previous flip I did, I painted Cancer on the back of these jeans with my friends, and I'd say like that was a really fun thing to do, is putting art on it, and so I will probably have another video where I do that again, like with denim painting, but I'm probably gonna wait until summer. So my last and favorite piece that I found at my mom's was this express jacket, and it's really cute, and I think it would look really well to go with skirts, especially mini skirts. But the thing is, it has this shoulder padding that I hate, because it just gives me like man shoulders. So what I'm gonna do, and I don't know this is a good idea, because I've never taken the shoulder pads out of any of my mom's 80s clothes, just because I've been absolutely horrified, but I'm gonna cut the inner lining. I'm just gonna see if I can take it out. Okay, it's coming out pretty easily. Okay, this isn't going awful. And I feel like a lot of people are gonna scream at me for taking out the lining, because I do know a lot of people love the shoulder pad thing. But I've honestly just always hated it. So I'm gonna snip this out of all the places that it's sewn in, and then move on to the next one. So trends that I've always hated is, oh my god, I think 70s fashion was terrible. And I feel like a lot of people really love 70s fashion, and I just don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't know, maybe they're seeing something that I'm not seeing, but I always thought that 70s fashion is just, it's not it. Especially whenever I was watching Meet the Goldbergs, you can see a lot of 70s inspired fashion in that show. I hated it so much. But I really do love the 90s and 80s clothing, especially the clothing that is worn by the mom in the show Fresh Off My Boat. I think she is a style icon, and I love her so much. Constance Wu is literally one of my favorite Asian American actresses, and I really aspire to her, because it's really hard to find representation as an Asian American in film, in the industry, and just fashion in general, because they're not really given as much as a voice. Especially in light of Corona, you're seeing a lot of discrimination and a lot of xenophobia, just based on the fact that it's a Chinese virus. And it just really sucks, because I feel like discrimination against Asian Americans have always been like really looked past as, and has really been blown under the rug because of the model minority thing. But that is a discussion for another video. And so I took out the shoulder pads, and I can already tell that I like it so much better, just because I hate that poofiness by the shoulder. That is all for today. I hope you really enjoyed it, and that maybe you use one of these tips for your own thrift flip, or just flip. And anyway, I will see you guys next time, and please subscribe and stick around. Bye.